Hey, welcome back, everyone. Toyshiz here, and a very happy post-Super Bowl to you all. Go Chiefs. Let's be honest, we didn't watch it for the Super Bowl. We watched it for the commercials, and specifically to see the new Flashpoint movie, or The Flash, or Batman 89 featuring The Flash, or Worlds Collide? Whatever the heck it's supposed to be called at this point. But I enjoyed the trailer, and it was enough to get me to go, yeah, I'll go see that. It looks wild. So at least it looks promising in that sense. So I'm definitely intrigued. But we have some new McFarlane Toys figures to check out today. Largely, they're all ones that we knew were coming out, but now we got some fancy, crisp and clear press photos to talk about. And a bunch of them are just available on the Target app, so you can go and get them. They'll be available in stores soon enough. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if you started seeing them within the next 2 weeks and well into March. But to jump right into it, we got some new Batman 66 figures to talk about. This being one of my favorites that McFarlane Toys is tackling at the moment. But we have the new radioactive Batman. Again, we've known this figure is coming. It's Batman with a pink cowl. It's all packaged up. I'm actually more intrigued by the accessories this time around. It's kind of sort of what they've been doing with the new recent figures. Egghead, Two-Face, King Tut. You can see all those figures up now. I had them back in December as an early look, but starting to hit. Yeah, Egghead's starting to hit, and then the other ones, again, Two-Face, King Tut, should be out relatively soon. For those that don't know, this comes from an episode of Batman 66 entitled The Contaminated Cowl. It was a caper formed by the Mad Hatter. Yeah, he was also in Batman 66. He wants Batman's cowl, and that's basically the whole thing. It's a pink cowled Batman. There's nothing really new here except for the accessories. They just painted the cowl pink. That's really it. The cape's the same. Everything is the same. And I really wish that they would have tooled a new hand, right? Something like that to give him both open hands on both sides. That would have been really awesome to see. But yeah, it's just a pink cowl. So you got the same packaging. You got two new accessories. You got the Batarang and the little tracker Batman thingy. Anyways, whatever that's supposed to be. But yeah, really nice packaging overall, and one that when I do find it, I will be adding to the old collection. Now, they have a new play set coming, which again, we've kind of figured this was coming. This is the Wayne Manor Library, which looks pretty cool and also kind of plain at the same time. I like these more simplistic play sets. Don't get me wrong, I really like the Villains Lair. Really like the whole Batcave. But this one, because let's just say you have Batman and Robin. You've got the telephone, you've got the statue. It opens up, push the button, door opens, all that jazz. We don't really have the characters to fit in there. Like, we don't have Dick Grayson, we don't have Bruce Wayne, we don't have Alfred. Hopefully, those will be coming soon. But then seeing Batman and Robin in it, it doesn't really fit. Like, this would be like up top. That would actually be kind of cool to situate this somehow above my Batcave and have the poles go all the way down, right? That would be kind of cool. But you've got the globe, you got all little stickers that look like the books are on the shelves, and you got the lamp. So it's really well done. Don't get me wrong. It's got the sliding access to the Batcave. You got the Dick pole. It's phrasing. And you got the Bruce pole, of course. So it just simply moves back and forth. Again, it always makes for a nice display, but unless we have those core characters, we do have unmasked versions, but it's not the same. Alfred, Aunt Harriet, something like that would really elevate this, right? So hopefully we have those characters that come in. But you see the box and everything else. Nice, bright, poppy colors. Very cool. This, again, as big a fan I am as what they're doing in Batman 66. I like it, but I just want to see a little bit more. So hopefully we do have those characters coming. And then we have a new vehicle in the form of the Batboat. And I just thought that's pretty wild. The fact that they're doing the Batboat. It's got the flames on the side, right? Very cool. Nice colors. And it's a two-seater. And if you look at the Batboat from the television show, I mean, it's a pretty solid recreation into a toy form, not too shabby at all. Again, I'm really stoked you could put both the characters in there. Sometimes with these, they're a little bit undersized, right? The play sets and whatnot, but you get to see the inside of the bat boat. It's got the throttle and the steering wheel and everything else. So I definitely dig this. This is awesome. Comes with a little standee, right? So if it's not in the water. However, when I do get this, we're going to put it in the water. We're going to see if it'll float and do all that good stuff, which I'm sure it will. But the packaging, again, is one of those open packagings. Hopefully you can find one where it's not all scratched up. I kind of had to go through a few Batmobiles way back when to get a nice looking one, we'll just say. But again, if you want any of these Batman 66s, you can get them on the Target app now and probably look for these early March, well into March, something like that. So good luck if you are a surgeon. It's really not too hard to find ever. But on the DC Multiverse front, we got some new figures to check out. Now, I know that they recently revealed some of the Batman Begins figures. We just had some really nice promo photos, not much to really deep dive into. You got the 4 characters, Batman, Two-Face, Scarecrow, and of course, Joker, and the collectible build figure will be Bane. So I'll do a whole video on those once we have the nice fancy press photos to really talk about. I don't find that there's really anything to talk about in these photos other than, oh yeah, we're getting those characters. But if you want to go ahead and check out the photographer on Instagram, I highly recommend following him. His name over there is A_aesthetic1. He's the great photographer from McFarlane Toys, so definitely give him a follow, and you can see all his tips and tricks on making some really good photography happen, right? So, a new figure, which we can actually talk about, is a Jokerized Dark Detective. This will be a Target store exclusive. Now, Todd did state in one of his videos that they will be doing a whole Jokerized series utilizing some of the Batman family members. So, don't be shocked if you see more Jokerized figures are coming soon. Just to kind of clarify for those still on the fence about that, when you see gold label, it just means exclusive, and it means exclusive to that particular venue, like Target gold label, Walmart gold label, right? So anytime you see those, it's specific to that specific store. It's a little confusing, but you get the idea. So gold label just means exclusive at this point. So a Target gold label exclusive in the form of this Jokerized Dark Knight Detective, Future State. He comes with that trading card stand. I believe that came with King Shark, maybe another figure or two. But you get the trading card, and then you get some Jokerized playing cards, which is interesting. 10, Queen, King, and Ace. It's a little pack in here and there for a figure that really is one that you're like, okay, I'm a big fan of the Joker. Jokerized things is cool. It's kind of like that Venomized thing. For me, I'll be honest, I have the trench coat version of this figure. I have the untrench coat version of this figure. It really doesn't do much for me. It just looks like, yeah, the Joker got to this, and it's a Target. It's a way to get another exclusive into stores. And that, again, is the perfect exclusive, right? It's one that you're like, yeah, that's perfect for me. I love this. It's fantastic. I'll go get that. Or you can go, nope, not for me. You want to enjoy it? By all means. But I'll be waiting for impulse and whatnot. He's got the purple jacket. He's got a Jokerized grin on him. Greens. It's definitely interesting. It makes for a cool looking, let's see, discussion piece. Like, oh, okay, that's an interesting looking Batman. But for me, honestly, it doesn't really do anything at all. I'm really more focused on adding to the collection, adding more villains or whatnot, not these kind of one-off things. So again, if you'd like it, Target exclusive, you can go and grabs it now. Now, on the avenue of the year-long collect-to-build wave for Flashpoint, we will be getting Project Superman. He is figure number 2. Figure number 1, of course, being the Flashpoint Aquaman. If you're not familiar with Project Superman, as I've seen in the comments, this is that universe's Superman. He's kind of a gaunt child almost, lanky teen, whatever you want to say. Creepy looking, hasn't seen the sun much. But it's part of trying to retrieve Superman and yada yada. They are looking to be using the Superman, the Superboy body, John Kent body that they use for all the young teen kind of superheroes. It doesn't really match the gauntness. They kind of tried to pull that off in the face, which it has an okay face sculpt. The S, the 1, everything is painted nicely, at least let's say in the promo photos. But I wouldn't say it's my favorite, and I still haven't gotten the Aquaman. I'm really on the fence about this wave. Like the Cyborg, okay, that's cool, but it's not really hitting those points for me. We'll have to wait and see. I enjoyed Starro with the robot Joker, Batman, Jokerized Joker, whatever you want to call it. They've been largely like kind of hit and miss, at least in the character selection. I think they had more of a cohesive line going with the Starro wave, right? With all the bad guys from that wave. So that was kind of cool to see. Again, largely black figure. The diaper really does stand out on this figure. He comes packaged with the arms of Cyborg. So again, this one, I'm going to say, yeah, I'm on the fence still. We still have to see what the other two figures are. Again, it's Flashpoint. You can kind of draw your own conclusions on what you may see. But in totality of the wave, and me being really, I'm not a huge fan of Flashpoint. Like, I really enjoyed the Batman and such. But again, we'll have to wait and see. But with this next figure, we're really going to crash the mode. We have Impulse, Bart Allen. He will be a Target Store Gold Label exclusive. Comes with a bunch of Speed Force effects. 90s character. Very cool. Very stoked. Utilizes that John Kent body again, right? Superboy body, which is okay. He's got the diaper. This one looks to blend in a little bit better. But again, they gotta find a way. They gotta find a way to fix that somehow, some way. It doesn't look good. It's like hit and miss, like largely hit and miss. You know what I mean? It's not like, nice reds, nice whites, very cool overall. So definitely, I already pre-ordered this guy. So just looking forward to having some Young Justice, right? Hopefully with that inevitable Tim Drake Robin. We got Superboy. Impulse looks great. Even though he's a little bit, like to me, maybe a little bit too old, but in what I think about with Impulse and such, you know what I mean? They just kind of aged him just a tad. It's not a problem, but the back art, as you can see, he looks a lot younger than that. Over on the McFarlane toy store, they had their Dick Grayson, but really it's Jason Todd Robin. He went up for pre-order earlier. Unfortunately, he's not available anymore. He kind of went in and out and largely is not available. I say Jason Todd because Dick Grayson is just Nightwing to me. You know what I mean? It's just how it plays out in my head. Jason Todd, I see him more in this costume, right? Growing up, reading the comics, just knowing more about Jason Todd. And then, of course, we went into Tim Drake, where he had that more sleek 90s costume. They're also kind of calling this DC Rebirth. They're also showing some All-Star Batman and Robin on the card art. So it's really whatever Robin you want it to be. But he's a little smarmy, you know what I mean? He's got a little smirk to him, so that's why he's kind of a Jason Todd, which I don't mind, right? Jason Todd is a very cool Robin. I like the whole story behind him. Bringing him back as Red Hood, it's another story. But he comes with a bevy of extra hands, which is pretty cool, and I love the string with the Batarang on it. That's killer. In particular, I like the thumbs up hand. I think that's pretty cool. Point your finger. It's a good-looking Robin. I know a lot of people had said, Robin, he looks more like a goblin. Not to me. No, I think that this is more of that art style. I totally get it. I don't mind this figure at all. It does sort of share that body with Carrie Kelly. I think the arms, the legs, and such. I think the torso, at least the top part, is new. It's a little resculpted because it has the green, scaly sort of underoos right there. But largely, it's the same figure with an extra head on there and a bunch of extra hands and the Batarang, which, again, really like. But he's not available anymore. Hopefully, he will go back up. If you need links and such, I'll have them down, so hopefully you can double check. And if you still need him, you can get him. And I'm just waiting for the inevitable gold label, whatever store release of this version of Jason Todd. Oh, man. And then, of course, this past Friday, I go to the gym, right? 35 minutes later, they put up a Mr. Freeze Toy Biz DC Superheroes / kind of sort of superpowers variant, right? With the purple and the blues and the more flesh-colored head. That looks pretty cool. I would have loved to have had this figure, but yeah, he quickly sold out. I would have thought that maybe they put it out a little bit early. Perhaps they will put him back up on the McFarlane Toy Store. He is listed as a platinum figure, right? And if we know anything about platinum figures, usually those are more of the rare chase figures where you just happen in the store. It can go anywhere. You know what I mean? It doesn't say anywhere that it's a McFarlane Toy Store exclusive. So keep that in mind. Perhaps they just had a few, they put them up, and then you'll be able to find this guy in store. Fingers crossed, because I really want one of those. I think that looks great, especially kind of harkening back to Toy Biz and the old school figures. It's not really anything different. It's just a variant, of course, but it's cool. I definitely dig that. So hopefully I'll be able to snag one eventually. So that will wrap it up for my look at some of the brand new McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse figure exclusives. Actually, this whole video is exclusives in some way, right? Target, their actual store. At least you can only just go to one store, right? That makes it simple, right? Hopefully you can get them all in one go. Very stoked on the offering for Batman 66. A little bit, here and there with some of the DC Multiverse offerings. Again, I'm a big fan of more of the classic stuff that I really, really know, 90s stuff, all that jazz. So hopefully we see a lot more of that in 2023. But as always, curious to know what you guys think. Comment below, let me know. Let's talk everything DC Multiverse. And I'm going to leave you guys with that. As always, drink some great coffee, eat some great food, but most importantly, remember, hopefully, fingers crossed, Flash is a great movie. Again, looking forward to it, looking forward to seeing how they kind of finish off that universe and then build again, right? When they do, let me know what you found. I'll talk to you guys soon. Adios.